So, if I walk on stage, are people going to clap? Are you sure? Alright, hold on. Wait. Not on yet. Don't spoil it.
We're excited.
Not bad for a socially distanced room. It's not a bad show. Can we see? Here's the thing, right? Two things. First of all, I've been losing my voice over the last couple of days, and my wife has loved it. She said, I can nag you now, and you can't do anything back. And she's right. The other thing is, there's tons of people out there, and we'd love to get them in here. And the only way that's going to happen is we make more noise and we go, like Scooby-Doo, and then come in and check out what we're doing in here. So what I'm going to do is I'll teach you a little trick that we did last night. How many people were at the awards last night?
Yeah.
A couple of people, yeah, absolutely. How many people won an award last night? How many people, when you didn't win an award, said bad things? All right, just checking. Okay, what I taught everyone to do last night is to make some noise. So what we're going to do is we're going to split the room into two halves. I'll do it like this, and that half, I'm just too busy making money, you're not talking to anybody over there. And so this is team number one, this is team number two, and you make some noise, and then hopefully together we'll do it and get everybody in. So a little practice. Team number one, make some noise, go! Not bad, one person went a bit bonkers at the back, I love that. Okay, team number two, make some noise, go!
Yeah!
You didn't do anything, did you? And you did, but it was covered by the mask. It was a trick. Okay, let's pretend we're one big happy family with different mums and dads. We'll all be team 1 and 2 together. 1, 2, 3, everybody go! There we are, fantastic. Maybe look famous for about 5 minutes. So I'm Dave Crane, as you probably guessed. My job is lots of different things, but my main thing used to be, it's like, you know, we talk about before COVID, it's almost like talking about before the zombies took over the world, isn't it? You go, well, what did you do before you had to hide under your bed with a shotgun? Well, you know, I had a proper job. So I used to travel around the world as a keynote speaker and hosting huge events. And for the last year and a half, I've been doing the same thing, but online. And that's what I want to share with you today, by going through a number of different things which I think may be of use to you, especially if you've ever considered having your own TV show, or you've always thought by watching somebody on TV, I could do that. Because the truth is, you actually can. So what I should do actually, before I start anything, is let you know who I am. So there you go. That's me. That's what I do properly for a living. Thank you so much for clapping again. Hey! Hey, go and tell you I was famous. Well, I was before wearing a mask, which I'll never get used to. I'm a huge Batman fan, but everybody looks like Batman now, so it's not the same thing. So what I want to share with you is a number of different things to do with mindset, about success and career, making money, and the options that are available now that were never available before. We're going to get through as many things as I can do as getting your mindset right. And then I'm going to ask for a couple of volunteers to share what you would like to turn into a TV show in about 10 minutes' time. We'll treat it like a clinic, like I do on Clubhouse. We'll see how quickly we can create a TV show with ideas for you. Would that be of interest to you? Even if it's not, just say yes. Thank you so much. There we go. Right, so with that, let's get started. First thing I want to consider is, first of all, you didn't copy the fonts across to this computer, did you? No, you didn't. He's not listening. Okay, so whilst we were sleeping, the world changed. Now here's the difference between you guys and almost everybody else across the planet. They're still sleeping. This place is buzzing. Why? Because you never stopped. You're creating stuff and you're moving forward, and it's not an accident that we got a certain age at this event. Me not included, obviously. I look like sort of Morgan Freeman or somebody's granddad has arrived to pick up everybody else. But that everybody else of a certain age is because your mindset is different, completely different to most people. And that makes it very cool. But here's the question. So what has changed? I'll be honest with you, why should I care? Well, here's the thing. As you know, the world is never, ever, 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 ever going to back to the way it was. People talk about the new normal and the normal, or I'm just going to wait before I invest, or I'm going to see what happens. Well, forget it. I think it's exactly the opposite. I think you jump in now, jump and grow wings on the way down if you want to have impact. Also, the world is flat. I'm not saying it like one of those crazy people who really doesn't believe the world is flat. And if you're in this room and you do, you're crazy. I'm just saying. But what I was saying is it's level. Once upon a time, it was all about location, where you live, who you connected to, the people you talk to, all those kind of things. That's all gone now. Literally, you jump online, you talk to anybody, and they don't care as long as you're not particularly in your pajamas. In fact, it doesn't matter. You can be in your pajama bottoms and wear at least some, well, it depends what kind of video you're watching, but it doesn't matter. You're connected to people anyway. So location means nothing. Your audience has now gone from the people that could meet you in your office to 7+ billion people. And with that, digital solutions, as we have among the experts at this particular conference, are the only solutions that you can guarantee are going to work all the time, every time, and you can increment and do more with than you could ever do before because it's digital. So the old school thinking not only is gone, it's gone forever, and those who are still trying to keep it afloat and wait for it to come back are going to miss their opportunity. What I truly believe is what people see on your screen when you're talking to them on Zoom or Meets or any of the other stuff that's out there, ultimately is your new suit. Unless it's your birthday suit, in which case that's a different kind of video. And not particularly funny joke, clearly. So what I want to talk about now is what that actually means. It means that your DNA is whatever you're creating with your personal brand, and most people are scared of creating a personal brand. I was working yesterday, which is why my throat's gone. I did 10 hours of coaching with one of the top fashion houses based in the region, all their senior managers and directors, because they know how important it is to have a personal brand whilst working for a big company, because that really gives you opportunity to elevate who you are amongst more people. But most people are scared of having a personal brand. They just think, well, why should I do it? People are going to stare at me. They're going to think I'm vain. They're going to judge me. Well, of course they're going to judge you, but who cares? If you make lots of money out of it, it's kind of cool. So let's go on to the next part of that. Let's talk about the tasks, the things that you have to do right now to make that impression, to make that change. So I believe opportunities are absolutely everywhere. I think the first thing you've got to do, if you haven't got a business that's up and running, is get one up and running. If you have got one that's up and running, add some side hustles to it, some extra streams of revenue. Have a punt, have a chance to see what can work, what doesn't work. If you're one of these people who's very good at digital but doesn't really know what to do, don't do anything. Just do it all for everybody else. There's a ton of people who've got really old school rubbishy businesses. And they don't know how to turn their restaurants or cafeteria into something that's going to work because people don't sit down anymore. Turn it into a dark kitchen. Put a camera in there. Make your chef into Gordon Ramsay. When he swears, it becomes funny-ish. Get them to drive that and you can look after it for them. So doing digital stuff for them is good. You're already into building a global workforce, but the economics of that are fantastic. And when you see all the people who don't believe, disrupt them. They're dinosaurs. Dinosaurs went extinct for a very good reason. I think it was probably from the comments, but let's just say that they didn't adapt. The media probably had a difference as well. So they're connected with everybody. Everyone, everywhere. If you're not networking with all the people you meet here, whether you're collecting business cards, finding them on LinkedIn, all the rest of it, you have to do that. So important. And then, of course, I don't need to tell you guys about affiliating and promoting. Now, here's the thing about affiliating and promoting. Why not affiliate and promote your competition? The bigger that they grow, the more you earn from them and their success, as well as your own success. Because here's the thing. When we start going digital and completely digital, which let's face it, we pretty much are now, you've got 7+ billion people. Stop being so precious about everyone's copycatting what I do. Just build more of it. There's enough customers for everybody. And make a point of staying outside your comfort zone. Comfort zones are boring. The comfort zone people never ever take risks. They never jump and grow wings on the way down. And that is the battleground that everyone should be considering now. Now what I do is I train people to do public speaking. I train them to grow their brand and become industry icons. Because there is enough for everybody. Most people don't know that. Look, how many people you see doing startups and you say to them, so what's your company about? And they start telling you and it's really boring. And you're thinking, if only you had more of a personality, that'd be fascinating. I know you can sit around and say, yeah, Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk, and all the rest of them. I know, but if they weren't who they really are, would you sit and chat to them on a regular basis? Maybe, maybe not. But when they get that certain charm and they know how to grow their business, that's what I do before them. I get them to become seen as a thought leader. So let's share some secrets. Would you want to know some secrets? Yes. Anybody else apart from one person? Yes, thank you very much. Do us a favor, when I ask a question, move to different seats so it makes me look popular. That'd be much easier. I'm not even sure if everybody is even listening to the same language, but we'll carry on anyway. Here's the secret. Hedgehogs. Thank you, I'm glad you stayed. Does anybody know why I said hedgehogs? Because if you read books, this is a thing, like Jim Collins, he's got a couple of books out, Good to Great and Built to Last, where he talks about what makes a business last for the best part of 100 years. After the founder creates something amazing, the kids take over and run the business, and the grandkids come along and say, why should I run this company? I've got a Lamborghini already. I don't want it to work. It's ridiculous. So how do you do it? How do you make it work? Well, you start off by making your company a hedgehog. Now, a hedgehog's a pretty boring creature. If you don't know what it is, Google. I remember doing a gig in Spain, and there was a lot of different people from different nationalities, and I talked about hedgehogs, and everyone's nodding, and I explained what the concept was, and when I finished, somebody came up to me and said, what's a hedgehog? And I had to show porcupine. Oh, yeah, okay. So it's like a spiky rodent, in case you don't know. Now, the reason I mention hedgehogs for the amount of time I've been doing it is this is how you reinvent yourself. A hedgehog's a very boring creature, but nature has made it so powerful that when it curls up into a ball with its spikes on the outside, it can protect itself and nothing can get at it. And how do you do that in your business? Very simple. If you haven't done it already, 3 circles. First one is do what you're good at, do what you're brilliant at. Second one is do what you love. And the third one is what will people pay for. If you don't get all 3, then you've got something that you might love but nobody else likes, or you might be good at but nobody wants, or it might be that you know there's money out there but you're rubbish at doing it. So it's important to have that worked. And one of the biggest problems we've got right now, and that everybody in the room has it to a certain degree, is imposter syndrome. If you don't know what that is, it's that belief that I'm not good enough, that I'll never make it to where I need to be. People are better than me and they're going to notice I'm not good, I'm going to catch up. But everybody has that. Get over yourself. Somebody's got to do it. Why not you? So what do you do next? Well, when you choose where your hedgehog is, you go crazy on it. You become an artist on it. Imagine I was a plumber fixing sinks. Pretty boring job unless you're a plumber, I guess. But if I videoed everything I was doing and made it fun and so on, what would happen is people would turn around and say, I need a plumber, let's get that guy in. He's funny, let's get him around. So creating art around everything is what you need to do. But when you share with this concept with people, share what their problem is. Don't tell them how to fix it, because they have to call you, and then you get paid. So how do you build your brand into the hedgehog? Well, very simple, 3 circles here. You want to take a photo of this, it'll be very easy to refer to, or you can do what I do, Google images, just steal everything. I should have said that. I think there's somebody from Google in here going, before he leaves, whole security. So 3 circles here. First of all, what you want, which is here, what you want people to think of you. The next thing is what don't you want people to think, and then what people currently think of you. When you work that out, it hijacks the imposter syndrome and makes you feel better about moving forward. And that's kind of key to the success that you want. So now let's move on to the next bit. How do we create cash around it? I'm going to ask a question to some of the smartest people in the building, in this room right now, which is you guys. And it's this question. What's the simple formula for how you get paid? Why do people pay you what they pay you and not pay other people the same thing? Anybody? It's interactive. When I ask a question, feel free to shout out, otherwise I just take it personally. I'm feeling intimidated already. Anybody, do you know why you get paid? Why people pay you money? Because they like you? Maybe. Anything else? Values, good answer, good answer. Anything else?
Make their life easier.
Make their life easier. I love that. Very good.
You're selling a transformation.
It depends if they want a transformation, to be honest with you. Make him rich. Well, the things that always sell are health, love, and making people wealth. They always sell regardless. I'm going to put you out your misery and give you the simple formula for being paid. It's two things. You want to make a note of this because it will change your life. First thing is the effect of the job that you do for people. The second thing is how cheaply you can be replaced by somebody else. If you make sure that what you do is a complete hedgehog, you're better than anybody else who supplies it, you got your branding right, people love working with you, you can charge what you want. Why? They can't get it from anyone else. So if anything, rather than making a general product, make it really niche. Make it for a certain group of people where they really do love your stuff. And the most successful brands that I've seen have done that and then multiplied it and scaled it. And in many cases, you get the one that everybody's using, but then you got a premium version, which only the elite can afford. That's how you do it. So in a few moments' time, I'm going to be asking you what kind of TV show you'd like to create. And we'll play with a couple of ideas and bounce them around. TV shows are always cool. What I want to do now is give you a sneaky peek of what I do on my own in my office on camera. No, I won't. I'll show you this instead. No, it's the same thing. This is what I do. These are what my Zoom calls look like when I work with my clients. So I'll just hand it over to the guy on the big screen. Thank you very much indeed. Good looking person as well. Welcome to my world. This is my virtual office. As you can see, I'm here on stage, just ready to go on and entertain a lot of different people. But we can get a lot closer as well, so I can really show you how to be an effective public speaker. But before we do that, let's go on a trip around the world. Where should we go? Options? Anybody? Maybe we should go to Europe, start off in London. Here we are, beautiful. It's raining as usual. That's what UK does on a regular basis. But let's go across the channel. Let's go to Paris. And here we are. You can see the Eiffel Tower behind me. Beautiful. Still raining though. Let's go somewhere sunny for a change. And there we are. We're doing this in real time, as you can see. Swapping around, and it's kind of nice to be somewhere a little bit different. Here's my office. We're working. There's a dancing tree, and it's not called Groot. But some days you just don't want to work that hard. Some days you want to go and just relax and chill out. Can you smell the air and how brilliant this would be if I was doing a travel show? I work for a travel agency showing you different locations around the world. Alternatively, of course, we could be here in my back cave, and this is where I truly want to be. Spend a lot of quality time just saving the world and making it a better place. Don't say anything. Right, let's go on a tour of duty and I'll show you some more things we can do. So here we are in my wonderful office, and as you can see, we're here in Dubai. We can already guess that anywhere, but if I'm talking to people around the world, say in the US, and they're saying, what time is it for you? I can easily say, well, it's nighttime for me, and I'm really busy. But when I talk to them about their different places where they are, I could be in a hotel lobby. In fact, I could be in a coffee shop, just sharing with them all the different things of what goes on in a coffee shop. I could be talking to them about the different options of where we could go. We could be on the beach. Of course, I'm driving, so I have to have water. Cheers. It could be evening, we could be chilling out down there. There's lots of different places we could go, but let me give you a proper demonstration of how this all comes together to give you some other options. Now, here we are in the sunshine. As you can see, I'm working on my tan, but you might say to me, Dave, could you please present to me how we can get our own TV show? And I'll say, yeah, no problem. Let's have a look at that. So let's go through all the different reasons why you'd want to have a TV show, all the different benefits you can get and so on. And then you can say, that's brilliant, Dave. How do we get this to happen? I say, you need my industry icon program. Let's start working through what that means for you. So therefore, let's go to what you get when you join me and I start training you and your team, and I can start going for a complete demo of this. Now, as I'm talking about that, you say, okay, narrow that down. Show me what it's like when you do a proper TV show. I say, okay, well, no problem at all. Let's go like this. Let's look at how people do stuff. Very cool. So with that, I can be here. I can pop up and I can start telling you all about the different things in real time. And you say, Dave, you're covering the subtitles. I'll say, no problem. Let's go here instead. So as we're here, let's start talking through the show. What would you like to talk about? Well, there's lots of things we can talk about. We can talk about all the different areas of why it matters that you have your own virtual world, why it matters that you broadcast, and then we can start talking about different areas that you need to understand about creating a relationship with people. And you say, Dave, I can't see anything, you're too big. Sorry, let's just shrink down a little bit like that, and then let's go through all the diagrams. And what would you like to talk about? Oh, let's go through all the ways we can make people do stuff. Can you go big again? I'm big, how's about that? So let's go through the presentation. And so on. I can share lots of ideas with you all the way through like this. How cool is this? And when I'm done, I can say, fantastic. Hope you enjoyed that. Let's take a look in the video vault. And instantly that pops back up here. I'm back in my studio and I can look through and say, right, what would I share with you now? Let's see a really cool video. What would you like to see? In fact, before we do any of that, let's not see a video. Let's go to Clubhouse and go to Clubhouse now. How cool is this? For those of you wondering what Clubhouse is, you should have bought yourself an iPhone. For those who are interested in Clubhouse, you can start instantly going through and looking at all the different things that are on there. You can go live broadcasting like this. How cool is that? So with that in mind, there's a load of different things you can imagine how this would apply to your business and why you need to consider getting this. I'm just wearing a rubbishy t-shirt. At the same time, I'm completely wrapped in cute and wonderful and new high technology. That is what you need to change the world. So what are you going to do about it? Back to the studio, back to Dave. He's live with you. Be gentle, be nice, and we'll talk to you very soon. Ladies and gentlemen, Dave Crane.
Is good. So with that, thank you. Now that was all done in one take, as you can probably guess. Very simply, you just press a button, a couple of buttons to make it happen. Now this is what my Zoom calls are like. And when I do my social media, this is exactly how I do it. Just pop into social media, press all the buttons, I can go live right across on LinkedIn, YouTube, 6 different platforms at the same time. And also, get the show sponsored, connect with a ton of different people. And at the moment, I've got about 50 different clients around the world that I'm coaching to be industry icons, who are able to then do it in their industry, in their niche. And here's a thought that goes with it. When you're on TV, people think it's almost because you were born to it, like Ryan Seacrest. But you don't have to be. You just need to create it and create a relationship with the audience. And it's as simple as that. So we're going to brainstorm. I'm going to put this up very quickly so you can see all the things I've talked about. Because I really want to brainstorm. Who's got an idea for a TV show? Who's ever wanted to do one? And let's just share. There we go. Right, what's your name?
Yes.
So Araf Bowman. 88, Olada, fantastic. Okay, so tell me about your show. Let's see if we can work out how that would work.
So this will be actually a pitch show, Kitchen Catch.
Okay, go ahead.
So state of Florida grew potentially and growing even bigger than ever after COVID. So Florida is one of the states that you want to invest in introducing your show because people.
I've got 5 minutes. Make it a quick one.
Because people are there, moving there, and they want to see stuff. And food is one of the industries that's probably one of the most popular on the internet. We all know it. We love to eat, don't we now? Kitchen Catch is about going to kitchens around the state and help carry on the legacy of, I don't want to say because I get emotional, but entrepreneur who killed himself.
So it's about what you're creating, food content, or
You show culture, food content, expression, you capture, you engage, you talk about.
So how would this work? You are going around and trying different types of food. You're making stars or celebrities of existing chefs. Visiting restaurants. What would be the direction of this?
You visit restaurants with the kitchen and make them to thrive.
Okay.
By putting their kitchen in front of the audience and catch them.
Fantastic. So what you do is you turn normal kitchens into dark kitchens, but then you also promote them so people can go along to the place as a result of being highlighted. So
bring life to your kitchen.
I love it. I love it. It's a great idea. Because then what happens is you get sought out by new restaurants all the time. They want you to do promotion for them, and suddenly you've got a whole lot of extra budget and extra relationship. You become the go-to person when you pop into a restaurant and an authority, and you can franchise it and have other people doing it for you as well.
Thank you so much.
Fantastic, great idea. Round of applause for that, please. Wonderful. Any more ideas on the show? Feel free if anyone's ever sat there and goes, I'm not sure. If you have got an idea, just tell me what you do for a living. Anybody, and I'll turn it into a show. Something monetizing, something creating. Has anybody got a product or a pitch in this room? I know we've got products. You've already done it once. It's going to be a me and you show. We have to spread the joy of something as well. Anybody else got something they want to do? What do you want to talk about? An angle on a TV show. Wow, this is really quiet. Nobody's interested. Just like staring. There you go. Thank you. Right, what's your name? Marietta. Fantastic. Talk to me. What's your idea? What would you like to do? What do you do first of all? I love you in the red dress.
Thank you. My name is Marietta Melrose. I'm here with my husband, Hassan Bashir.
Hi.
He has a social media digital marketing company.
Nice.
But what I found really interesting is he's originally from Saudi Arabia, and I'm from Bulgaria. My parents don't speak English, and his first arrival in Bulgaria, so following a story, let's say of an American marrying a foreigner and seeing how they integrate into the new family. It's like a reality TV show, something like that. I found that during COVID, we all realized we're all the same no matter where we come from. We have the same problems. So I feel like now is the time to build bridges of love and connection in the whole world, because we're all citizens of the world.
I love it.
And then another idea is I'm an actress, so following an Eastern European won an Oscar and documenting my process of auditioning in La La Land and having all of that. So there's two ideas.
Fantastic. I'll take them one by one. Give a round of applause, by the way, for their standing up. But you're an actress anyway, so you kind of like it when that happens anyway. Let's take the first one. There's a massive movement around the world of people, especially if you're in Dubai. Most people in Dubai that I know have married a different nationality. I married a Singaporean chick. So I've been together 15 years, and it's just nothing. Everyone does it out here. But around the world, there's a lot of people who would like to that don't know if they could. And how do you deal with when your family doesn't buy in? And where do your kids go? If they're not from there, what do they actually become? What's their culture? And there's a ton of people who would love to watch a show all about that. It doesn't have to be reality. And it's probably better not reality. It's probably better talking to couples who have kids and talk about it. And you create a tribe and community. You can monetize it, you can create a great relationship with these people, and also you can also create lots of social events that they can come to and share ideas. So that would work very well. And the second one was the second one about?
Just from undocumented immigrant wins an Oscar and documenting my process of auditioning.
Perfect. But here's the way I would do that. One of the things that everybody might not know is there's a thing called the hero's journey. I'm just checking on that clock. Is that my extra time or is that? So I can go to this. Fantastic, thank you. So there's a thing called the hero's journey. Now, has anybody ever heard of the hero's journey? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everybody else hasn't heard of the hero's journey at all. Or you just don't want to talk to me. Or it's been so warm in the room, you've got sweat patches, and if you stick your hand up, I'll go, nay, which I won't because that's a weird noise. Well, here's the thing. If I tell you about a movie and said, right, imagine there's a star, he's the hero, or she's the hero, and then there's aliens, there's something comes along, whether they've got to get a job interview, or there's aliens that have come, or they've got to go to university, or they've got to get the girl to fall in love with them. There's some plot thing that comes along, and they don't know what they're doing. They're good at some stuff, but they're really rubbish at other stuff, and this is one of the things they're rubbish at. So as we're going along, and they know they're never going to be able to do this because they've failed badly, a mentor comes along. And the mentor says, I've been there, I've done it, I can show you how it's done. So the mentor takes them under their wing and takes them on a journey to a different place, so as part of their education to learn how to be better at doing it. And on their education, strange things happen, good things, bad things. The hero makes a real fool of themselves lots and lots of times. And then as this adventure continues, something happens, which is the original quest that they were on, beating the girl, fighting the aliens, scoring a goal, all those different things. Suddenly, we run out of time. We've got to do something. So they step up with their newfound skills, and they do badly, and they go down, and it's terrible, and somebody dies along the way. But then they find something deep inside them, and they lift themselves up, and they manage to go and take on the big thing, and they win. And everyone goes, hooray! I have to go hooray, just sound effects. And then, having conquered what they need to do, they decide whether they go back to where they were before, or they go off into a sunset. Does that remind you of any particular story? Anybody? Star Wars maybe, or Shrek, or it could be a romance novel. Here's the thing, it's 99% of every Hollywood movie has that. 99%. And why would I take you down that journey? I'll tell you why. Because most people, when I share that, I say, which character are you? They say, oh, I'm a hero. Because in their world, that's what they're doing. They're living a hero's life. But the truth is, to monetize it, you should be the mentor that comes along to fix their life. That's why I brought it up, as you noticed. Because your journey is fascinating on the way to get the Oscar, but what would be much more fascinating is if you parallel that with creating a tribe of people that are learning with you on the journey. So anybody who's ever wanted to be an aspiring actor, actress, or inspired to go into entertainment could follow you on your journey, and you just share your experience. And what happens then is you don't have to get the Oscar. Because as the mentor, you can stand back and you make superstars of everybody else. And it's the adventure and the journey and the people that you create that become the success stories. That's the way I would do it. I wouldn't do it about you, I would do it about them, but you become a star because you're doing it. Great idea. Anybody else? Give a round of applause. Great idea, huh?
I just have to say, you've been the best speaker for today. You're definitely a highlight, and I really appreciate you being here. Thank you.
Thank you. That's very kind of you. Really. Thank you. Excellent. Can I get paid more money then? No, nothing. Anyone else got an idea of a show that they'd like to do? Or even better, just tell me what they do for a living, and let's create a show for you on the spot right now that you'd be able to do something with. Anybody here in go on then, go on, no, you're going to anywhere. You're like, all right, go on, what was it? I know, Rose is
But
staring.
please, I would love to help you to include more ideas. Let's bring it to life together. I'm a producer.
Fantastic.
I produced 600 videos in 1 year, and I did it out of fear to overcome my imposter syndrome.
So you know what I'm talking about with imposter syndrome.
I resonate with you.
Exactly. Perfect.
It's all I get you.
That's really nice. And if my wife wasn't here, then I would. Anyway.
No, I'm married
I
too.
know you are. But what I was going to say is, when I showed you that demo of me in my office, which I recorded yesterday, just on the fly, when you have ideas about what you do with your crypto or your blockchain or your app and all the rest of it, can you imagine how you can put that together to create an incredible TV show, where a TV show isn't necessarily a 2-hour journey of live and entertainment and stuff. It could be 1 minute, just all about the stuff that you want to create for people who are interested in your stuff. It could be interactive, or it could be you just displaying your stuff. It could be you answering questions from all these people who sent stuff in and nobody actually sent anything in. You to position yourself as an expert on it. It could be you walking around, or you visiting. It could be you positioning yourself as an expert, not because of your expertise, but because you interview other people who are experts. And that positions you as the go-to person with your own expertise. The opportunities we have right now are just absolutely phenomenal. And here's why it's so important that you consider doing something with this right now. And I'm happy to chat to anybody. If anybody wants to stick their hand up with an idea, I'm happy to go through with you now, or I can chat to you about it later.
You got one more question, David?
Oh, go ahead.
Dave,
Yeah.
how do we do it? How do we get there?
Very simple. What I do as a brainstorming session, and thank you for asking, we had a great couple of already. What I do is a Calendly chat with whoever it is that wants to find out what they want to do. We brainstorm who they are, what they do, what the angle would be, what kind of show they could create. We look at their branding, where they are right now, where they want to be. We look at if there's an industry that nobody's dominating, you don't have to create a wheel from scratch. You can look at a similar wheel in a different industry and drag it over to yours, and suddenly you become the person that kind of invented it to people who haven't seen it before. Right now, once we have that conversation, then we work out how to build your brand. And there's a whole load of different things built into that ecosystem. I could do a whole presentation on it, as you probably guessed. But it's really about, if I give you a crash course in the short time we have, what you've got to do is, first of all, look at all the different areas of your personal brand. Who you are, what you do, who your competition is, who your audience is. Where do you find them? There's watering holes. When you watch the Discovery Channel,
You've got all these animals from the jungle meeting at a river to eat and drink well, some of them they eat the smaller animals, but most of them choose a time to have their stuff. Well, your clients have got their own watering holes where they go. Now, those of you online and affiliates and so on, you'll know how to reach those people, but most people don't. Once you've found your audience and you know what it is you do, then you've got to create something that they want and then scale it and sell stuff. So what can you sell? Well, at the very basics, you can sell your normal services. You can sell online products. You can sell your expertise. You can sell joint ventures. You can sell affiliate products. You can also sell award ceremonies. You can do a ton of different things from one single strand of what you do really well. And once you've made one work, you just add to it or multiply it. It's like the lowest hanging fruit of the garden. Most people spend their time going, oh, look, I've looked at those pineapples up at the top of those coconuts. They look fantastic. Without looking down and seeing strawberries. I don't want strawberries, I want those things up there. Yeah, but they're easy to pick. And there's loads of them. And everyone's ignoring them. And if you're going to find a market, the strawberry jam and strawberry ice cream and all the rest of it, why would you want to chase that? Because it's so simple. So everybody I work with is about finding the best way to monetize who they are right now and how they can create a legacy that people will find them forever. The ability to write your own book falls in. Very simple business model. Let's suppose that you're creating a TV show for half an hour, once a week. I do 4 different shows a week. So you do a half-hour show, and you've got this TV show. Hi, welcome to the show. We have chairs. We clean chairs. We don't get many people watching it, but it's a really interesting show if you like chairs. So you do your show, and you do all the stuff about it. So you've got your video. Then you take the audio of it, and you've got a podcast. Then you take a transcription, and you've got a blog post. Then you chop up all the bits that were interesting, and you've got a whole lot of social media stuff that you can use from one half-hour show. And will everybody watch it? No, but you don't want everybody. You want the people who are really into a weird chair washing show or whatever it is. That's not what I'm going to do. I'll do best. But the whole point is, there's 2+ billion people now out there, potentially, that you can work with. You need about 1,000 willing to pay for you as your tribe, and you can monetize that. So what's stopping you from doing it? Imposter syndrome? Never thought about it before? Maybe thinking that nobody's going to want to watch me? Well, here's the thing. There's a time problem on this. Because we're all coming out of lockdown now. There's still a lot of places in the world that are frozen. But we had the opportunity over a year and a half ago to start this TV show. You're playing catch up now. And the problem is, playing catch up now is really difficult because all the Netflix producers are back in the studios again. All the TV shows, of which The Walking Dead is one of my favorite ones. So I'm a bit disappointed that COVID didn't go in that now. But you get the point. All the shows that you watch are now starting to spark up again. Now, what's the problem with that? Great, you get to see your own TV show again, but that little gap in the market for those people who really loved your product, you should have got them now. Because when they've got the options, like leaving the house, and when they've got the options of watching their favorite show again, why would they pay attention to something that's really low budget? But if you can get them now, not only have you got onto their radar, they'll tell their friends about you, but they'll make it work. Look at the podcasting world. How many people here have got podcasts? There's a couple of famous podcasters in here as well. Fantastic. In fact, what's the name of your podcast?
Crypto 101.
Crypto 101. Everybody here listen to Crypto 101? Couple of people? He's a big star. Round of applause, please. Give a round of applause. Fantastic. And connect with this gentleman and his business partner. They're all there as well. And you'll find out how amazing it is. But here's the thing about the podcast world. There's something like 1.6 million podcasts or something like that. A crazy number. Does that mean we've run out of interest in podcasts? No, it's growing. But here's the thing, and you guys know this to be true. Podcasting is fascinating and it's easy, just like Clubhouse. But when you can put video together and you've got a visual sense of what you do, it also adds where we're going. Augmented reality, virtual reality, hologram technology. You won't be scared of it because you'll already be thinking visual when you're creating your stuff. And what I found is because I do shows on a regular basis, everywhere I travel, people go, oh, I've seen your show. Now, why would I do this all this time? Just to make money? Well, partly, but because visibility is a major part of your brand. Nowadays, it's easy to be invisible, so don't be. I really believe that every single person in this room has the ability to create a TV show that would have 1,000+ people loving you, sending you money, creating relationships, and then you learn to speak. Speak and grow rich. Speak and help people, and speak and change the world. I really appreciate that. I hope it's been entertaining. I hope you've learned some things. My name is David Crane. You have been an amazing audience. I thought nobody was going to come to play, but you have. And you're here, and you're amazing. Give yourselves a massive round of applause. Thank you so much. Okay, this is team number 1 over here. Team number 2 over here. Not quite so many, but you look beautiful.
And there's nothing more exciting or nerve-wracking than getting to introduce one of the best in the business.
If you really want to become unstoppable, you need to be able to get rid of all that stuff and be present in this space as you.
He's an award-winning international motivational speaker and coach. He's worked with celebrities like James Brown and Bruce Willis.
And I'm Jack Canfield. And I'm Brian Tracy.
And I'm John Gray.
I'm Jared Robin.
And I'm Perry Marshall.
Hi, I'm George Regan.
So you get 86,400 seconds in every day. Imagine every single one of them had a dollar sign. That's the money that you were given every single day to spend $1 a second on what you want to have. The next day, you get the money back again, but you can't carry it on and you can't add it up. What have you bought with your money today?
To audiences of over 1 billion people. He's sharing how to become unstoppable in business. It's my honor to introduce to you Dave Crane.
Your ability to speak and sell is paramount. Everybody in this room has this ability anyway. You use it. But everybody else outside is going to have to learn to do this too. You're going to have soft skills.
I wish I had more time.
Inspiring. It was amazing.
I love people who are out of the box. First of all, he's hysterical.
How many people have seen Titanic before? The movie? Okay, how many people? Keep your hand up. Keep your hand up. How many people have only seen it once? Only twice? 3 times? 4 times? 5 times? 6, 7, 8. Have you not got Netflix or anything else to watch?
Absolutely amazing.
How he's able to reach and connect with his audience.
He is super powerful.
A totally new level.
It's amazing.
Talks to you and not through you.
Because everything that we learn in the corporate world or learn at school is completely wrong about the way that we should be successful in the future.
You could have heard a pencil drop.
If you get to be coached by him or do any business with him, you are one lucky person.
Trust me. Go to David for anything that you want to do.
Every single person on the planet needs to find a way to work with Dave.
He's an amazing man. I can't wait to work with him more in the future. Dave, you're amazing.